The beach is so interesting after a high tide. This log is interesting. This log is also interesting. Both logs are interesting. When I talked about one log, I used the verb is. When I talked about both logs, I used the verb are. This is called agreement of verbs. When we use a singular subject, then we use a singular verb. The log is interesting. When we use a plural subject, then we use a plural verb. The logs are interesting. Now, there are many ways to use singular verbs. First, a singular verb is used with a singular subject. Okay? The log is interesting. Log, singular subject, is singular verb. A singular verb is also used when singular subjects are joined by or nor, right? This log or that log is interesting. Singular verbs are also used with sums of money. $10 is in my pocket. And finally, singular verbs are used with subjects that contain each, every, either, neither, any, none, one. For example, each of the logs is interesting. Or I could say, none of the logs is interesting. Plural verbs are also used in a number of ways. Plural verbs are used with plural subjects. The logs are interesting. Plural verbs are also used when singular subjects are joined by and. For instance, this log and that log are interesting. And finally, plural verbs are used always with the subject you. You are interesting. Now you try the exercises and remember, 1 is interesting, 2 are interesting. Bye-bye. I'm going to go and enjoy the beach now. Do-de-doo, do-do, do-de-doo-de-doo-de-doo, da-da-da-dum, bum, bum, do-de-doo-de-doo-de-doo, do-de-doo-de-doo-de-doo-de-doo, de-doo-de-doo-de-doo-de-doo, de-doo-de-doo-de-doo, bum, bum.